beginning is sometimes not as hard and fast as you think it is. I think the journey with Cassandra and I started probably, I guess, somewhere in excess of 3 years ago. I had called Cassandra out of the blue, probably similar to her, and I had this idea for a play and I wanted to meet with her, and she so graciously came and met with me at the Starbucks in Midtown. I was telling her about my play and she was giving me all these great ideas of what I should do, and I think that was really kind of the very, very beginning of it.
And then I hadn't heard from her again, and then it was like, I'll see her around. It's like, yeah, we're gonna work on this thing, yeah. It wasn't until that fiasco in the church that we were like, okay, now you got time, we're about to do this.
Bam, here we are. Not exactly bam, but
we were excited to do the podcast, and we were like, where are we gonna record it?
We decided we needed an office, and we thought about different ideas, and I'm not sure, I think we were texting back and forth, and maybe Cassandra mentioned Park Avenue and possibly asking the people at Park Avenue for some space.
I remember talking to Kimberlee, and she was like, we gotta find a space. And Kimberlee had a toddler. I live at home with my family, and we're loud, and there's just no way that we could record. And so we also had an Airbnb house, and I was like, well, we got a big unfinished garage. We could probably turn that into a studio. But it's like, how are we gonna navigate that if we have guests that are really loud? And it's like, we need a spot.
And then, you know, we do live in a virtual world, but when you're doing production, virtual space is great, but you really need brick and mortar.
So Kimberlee reminded me, I totally forgot. She was like, did you get a chance to talk to Park Avenue to see if they had something? Even if it's a broom closet, we could just, something we could fix up. And so I literally sent a text message. I think it was like Christmas Eve or the day after Christmas. It was right around Christmas. And I remember thinking, it's the holidays. There's no way that I'm gonna get a response right away, but at least, you know, we could throw it out there.
And I do remember I asked her, like, did you ask them yet? And she was like, no, I haven't asked them. I'm going to ask them right now. She sent a text message, and with literally in less than a minute, they were like, sure.
And probably as soon as I hit send on the phone, you know, the little thing, the little dots that come up that say someone's writing, I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, he's responding. She's like, Kimberlee was like, what is he saying? I'm like, I don't know yet. I can tell he's writing. This is really fast. And so I was just praying. I was literally sitting there like, dear God, please let him say yes. I mean, we'll take a broom closet. We'll take whatever. And he was just like, absolutely. And I think we could do better than that. And we'll find some options for you. And I was just like, options? Whoa! So I was like, whatever we get, we're just going to make it work.
And so we came over. They had a couple of different options for us. And so we looked at a couple of different rooms. One room actually seemed like it would be the better room. It was a purple room. It was on the back side of the church. It was more quiet, but it felt, to me, when it felt a little dark and a little closed, and it could have been the furniture in there. And
I was excited anyway, just to find a space. And when we saw the first room, which ended up being darker, it was finished, and it was cozy. Like I remember walking in and I was like, this is an intimate space. I like it.
The other room, which, for a lot of reasons, may not have been the most practical room because it was bigger, so that created acoustic issues. It was also on the front side of the church, so there's traffic issues.
The ceilings weren't finished, but I love the industrial look. And he was like, you know, we have these carpet squares, but you can always change them out. We have more in the closet. You know, you can change around whatever you want. And so he's like, do you know which one you're kind of feeling toward?
It just felt like light and airy, and it just had the feel of what I thought the table vibe should feel like.
When I was praying, I was like, okay, there are a few options, Lord, so I just need you to tell me which one to pick. And the Lord was like, pick the bigger room. And I was like, okay. But I was thinking, like, we don't really need a bigger room.
So we agreed that that was the room that we're going to go for.
And we picked the bigger space, the unfinished ceiling.
I think in deciding on that room, I don't think we realized how much work was actually going to take to get the room ready for us.
I love Pinterest, so I got on Pinterest and I'm looking at unfinished ceilings, ideas for them.
Cassandra, being the person that she is, went Pinterest crazy and was sending all these different ideas.
Ideas for new spaces, how do we renovate it, how do we, you know, just to get some ideas, because I really didn't have a thought. I was literally thinking we were gonna get a closet.
So here we are with a new space, thanks to our friends at Park Avenue Baptist Church. But we've got quite the undertaking. We have a limited budget, very little time, and a lot to get done before our premiere episode. Keep us in your prayers that we get everything together in time And stay tuned as we count down the days until our Valentine's Day launch and give you a sneak peek at the making of our office for The Table Live.
The Table Live podcast premiere airs February 14th, 2017. Check us out online at www.thetablelive.com or on social media using the handles @The Table Live. The Table Live is a subsidiary of Strand Productions, LLC.